Sorry, that was us.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Who all do we have on? Okay. Patty, Lisa, Cindy, Courtney, Kyle. Just need Wendy, James.
How are you, Karen?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well.
Good.
Life is going pretty good. I saw some pictures on Facebook. Several people posted of the Drexel Town Square.
Oh yeah. Lots of people. I've gotten requests to keep it up all year.
Well,
Yes,
we
I
haven't had them go out and change the colors, have we?
Yeah, change the colors.
Need to apologize for that, Carolyn.
Oh. Change the colors, I believe, to match the different holiday themes.
What's the next one? Easter?
Yes. So maybe pastel colors.
Hello, hello.
What about, you could do Valentine's Day, then St. Patrick's Day, then Easter,
Am I on mute?
I'm all for that.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Valentine's, yeah.
Start with the red.
I want to start switching my house.
That's funny. Can you guys see my desktop at all?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna get started. Wait, did Wendy join us? James?
I'm here.
That's Wendy, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Okay, we
Okay.
can get started then.
Oh God, you know what? I'm horrible at my notes right now. I apologize.
That's okay. We just need to do a roll call, start off.
Okay, we have Cindy. Hello.
Here, I'm sorry, I'm not a quick clicker over, so I'm, I'm here.
Patty. Carolyn.
Here.
Kyle.
Here.
Courtney.
Here.
Do we have James? No. And Lisa?
I'm here.
And Patty's here too.
Yep. Yep, I have Patty and
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
Okay, I am ready.
Okay, perfect. So item number 2 on the agenda is the treasury report. So right now, guys, I just want to, I don't have the numbers because I just finished getting all the invoices turned in from December from Light to Square and the Santa's letters to Santa. So those are coming through, kind of hitting that pay period. So I'm going to put that off until next month, and I give you guys a readout on exactly what we have. Okay. The numbers. So, okay. So item number 3, approval of the October 15th meeting minutes. Wendy sent these out yesterday, so hopefully everyone had a chance to kind of go through them.
I'll motion to approve the September? No,
Yeah.
October.
So hold on. Let me just ask if anyone has any questions about the minutes. If they saw any changes that need to be made. Okay. Okay, Lise.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
Need someone to second that.
I'll second.
Can you say your name just so that we know?
Courtney Colehouse.
Okay, thanks. Okay, and everyone else approves it, so, okay. So then, item number 4, we have to do the approval of the November 12th minutes. Now, we didn't have a meeting in December, so this is why we're doing the November 12th. And then Wendy was absent, so we weren't able to do the October approvals. So here we are doing them this time. Okay, so November, I'm gonna pull that up. Yeah. And Lisa sent these out. Lisa did these minutes and she sent them out right away.
I think that October or the March 20 of 21.
Excuse
for
me?
The egg hunt is supposed to be March 20 of 2021.
Um,
I agree with that. Under number 6.
okay. Okay. So we need to make that change. Wendy, so you got that noted?
Yep.
Okay, so we got that, make that change there. And then, Wendy, you'll send everything in to Krista.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it for that thing. Anything else on here? Okay. If everybody's good with these minutes other than the date change, can we make a motion to,
Wait. The next meeting is supposed to be January 14th of 2021, which is minor. I'll change it.
okay. I keep putting 2020 still on things.
It wasn't long enough, right?
Ugh. Every time we go into a new year, it takes me a while to get used to the new year. So
I just look forward to not having to sign documents and everything and date everything with 4 digits instead of 2.
yeah. So okay, cool. Okay, so if everyone is good to go with that, then Wendy, if you make those couple minor date changes, and then we can get that submitted into Krista. So can I get a motion to approve the November minutes?
This is Cindy. I can approve the minutes.
Thanks, Cindy.
Yep.
Lisa Marshall, I'll second.
Okay. And then everyone else approves. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Light to Square update. Kyle, I'm gonna let you start off with that. Why don't you just kind of give us an update on everything that kind of went on that night and stuff? Because I know not everyone was there when we first lit it. So just kind of give an update how the night went.
Yeah, so of course we didn't necessarily stretch it to making it just like a one night. So the main event was quite a good turnout for a lot of the people that did show up. They basically just turned off the street lights as we had planned, and when they flipped on the lights, wasn't all simultaneously, but the lights all did come on successfully. And from there, they had the Santa box, and I know a lot of people were utilizing the free coffee over at slips my mind the name of the place that's there, but yeah, I think overall it was a really good attraction. And I've heard several people, and one of my coworkers mentioned that he drove by and saw the lights there. It was a very, very good, like, high point for people that were driving by Drexeltown Square to kind of like pull in and see what was going on. So as far as the night went, I think it was good. There's definitely some areas that we can improve, but overall it was a very good start.
Yeah, for our first night, right? Our first time doing it. So
Hmm.
cool. The Santa, the letters to Santa. So I think you guys all got the email from Larry saying thank you.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Knowing when the promo times were each day and the review of how many letters, what went out, that he was really on top of things, and I appreciated that.
Yeah. He said in his letter that there was 309 letters received from Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee, West Allis, Pleasant Perry, Oak Creek, Franklin, Brookfield, New Berlin, and Muskego. So that's a really, really good variety of people coming in from the surrounding communities to the square. So that was really cool. Of the 289 letters were responded to, the other 20 had 20 of them had no email address or mailing address, so he couldn't respond to them. So that happens, right? Kids get excited and things like that. Out of the 289 that he did respond to, 242 were via email and 47 responses were mailed. And Larry actually addresses each one. He and his wife reads each one of those letters, and they respond based on what the kids are asking for, and they try to instill some positive thoughts around asking for things, and making sure, are you naughty, nice, being good and things like that. Sometimes kids are asking for really big items, that like pets and things, that he can't promise them that they're going to get that. So he will address the kids in such a way that they're okay that Santa didn't bring them a dog or a cat or something. So they do a really good job. I did ask, I told him, I said, I hope that, you can come back next year. They do participate in the Chris King Kindle Market. So if that comes back, there's a chance that we won't get them. I told him, I said, hey, it'd be nice maybe if you guys come up with a second mailbox and kind of split, between the two. So, but Chris Kindle Market is there for a while. Who knows? Maybe they can pick up, come here for a little bit and then go back. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I think that went over very, very well. So we did have some issues with the lights kind of going out, but that's nothing. So I think what Kyle, the first time was the lights came loose at the bottom. So it may have been like an animal chewing on the wires or something.
Hmm. Yeah, I
And
believe there
then-
was 2 instances, right?
Yeah, and then the one at the top, the connection at the top, it just came probably with the wind. It just pulled, the connection got loose. So they were able to fix those things. So, and they got out there right away too. So, which was cool. Kyle, I thought we were gonna have the lights change though for New Year's. What happened with that? Do you know?
Probably my fault. I never, I guess we never followed up. I know that when we had the issue the last time, I believe that was after New Year's, I was gonna have them go out and change the colors. To be honest, it slipped my mind. I never followed up with them. I think when they would have came out after New Year's when we had that other issue, we should have requested it.
Okay. So just one of those things that to make note of for next year, because after Christmas, you know, where we had the red in the displays in green and everything.
Mhm.
Do we have green? I think we have green. Guys, we would just change that to like blue and white for the new year. So everything would just be like blue and white. So something
Yeah.
to think about for next year.
How much longer are they going to
Um,
be up?
I don't know. It's up to them now, right? To go out
Okay.
there and remove
And take
them.
them down?
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they asked us if there was any timeline that we were on, and I said no, because there was really no strict timeline. I'm surprised that they're still up, to be honest, but maybe it's
Got it.
weather related, or maybe it's they're busy. I mean, we could probably request it at any time, so I guess that's something we can discuss
would-
if we should.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in no hurry. I would just maybe ping them and say, hey, just just wondering, when you guys are planning on taking everything down. I know there was a request. Lisa had a request to go past Three Kings Day. So, and of course we did that, right? So, yeah. So if you could
I'll
just
follow
reach
up.
out to them and see, but yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Thanks. Or if they want to leave them up and just make everything red and white for Valentine.
And no
Hey,
additional
if they're in the
charge.
area, I'll ask them, because
Yeah,
if they can't take. If they can't
Yeah.
take it down because maybe they're frozen to the trees or something like that, then I
Yeah.
think that is definitely a fair request to say, can we make it look more Valentine's-y?
I have a
Maybe
feeling
a
they're just,
charge.
yeah, I have a feeling they're just going to throw all those lights away, to be honest with you. I don't think those lights are reusable. So, but, oh, I forget what I was going to say. Cindy, you said something. Anyway, okay. So, any questions around the Light the Square event? Now, hopefully next year, you guys, we can do something bigger and better, right? Or this year, the end of this year. So, keep our fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that we can go back to doing the handouts where everybody lights something up.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Maybe a walkthrough feature
Yes.
to put it on the list.
Yeah, I think what I would like to see too, Kyle, and this is probably more for you to talk to them, is more displays. You know how like they had the snowflake? The lights are
Mhm.
awesome, don't get me wrong. The lights are awesome too. But if they had things more like the snowflake, and they had like a walkthrough, like Lisa was saying,
A present or an arch or
some ornaments,
an
some
ornament. Yeah,
things
that'd
like
be
that.
fun.
Yeah, I have a quick question about that, because I was driving and it was over by Putes. I don't know what's the name of that. It's like the community. I don't know if that's the dump that's right there, but there's that one city building. You know what I'm talking about? Just over the railroad
On
tracks.
streets?
On Putes next to the recycle center.
Yeah, what is that
Yeah.
building?
It's a city building. It's where
Yeah.
the department, that's where the
DPW.
James works.
Mhm.
Okay, so the
No,
DPW
yeah, go
or
ahead.
whatever it is, that building there, they had a few displays out, and I wondered, was that from the city?
Yeah, that's the city stuff.
So would it make sense for us, if we plan on doing this as a recurring, and we can talk about this at a later date, but just food for thought, would it make sense for us for some of those display items to purchase them and have the city put them up like they did over there?
So one of the things we talked about, those displays are very expensive. Okay. That's one of the reasons why we were looking for someone who we could rent, and they would put it up and take it down, because then we have the storage. We have to be able to store them somewhere.
Okay.
So, I mean, those are all questions that we can definitely bring up and ask. If you want, you can reach out to Ted over at the streets and see what he says about that. We can also talk to City Hall about that. and see what they think too. Part of it could be just getting sponsors to sponsor, the different displays. Maybe they pay for it. So, or we just continue doing what we did last year.
Yeah, and then bring in like we did in the previous year where we had like the band, the tent, and maybe
Yeah.
some things like that, which will kind of build it out a little bit too as well. So, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if traditions had, is it traditions? Yeah, had the snowflakes. They may have other things, and maybe we just didn't ask for them. So,
Okay.
so if they can put it out and take it back, and and meet our budget, that would be great. And then we can switch up each year, because remember we talked about buying. If we buy, then we're stuck with the same thing each year. So, okay.
Did we hear any feedback from Martin Law offices at all?
I haven't heard anything back from them yet. What I want to do, you guys, is I want to get a card that we can sign. And I was going to go to Gigi's and send them some cupcakes and thank them for their sponsorship when I drop off the plaque for them. I haven't done the plaques yet. So I'll probably pick up a card, and I think what I'm going to do is leave it at City Hall at the front desk and just ask you guys along the way to stop in there and sign it real quick. And then I'll have a sheet there to check off the names, and then once everybody did that, then I'll take it over to Martin Law office, and we take the plaque and then thank them and find out. I also want to try to pull some information together for them to talk about the event and what happened, just kind of like a summary of things. So to kind of talk to some of the restaurants to see if some of the business maybe picked up because of what was happening in the area and things like that. I know it being on a Wednesday night, and Wednesday nights being a little bit slower for some of the restaurants, they were busier. Cubanitas, I know, was busier because of course they had the hot chocolate, and that went over really, really well. So I was really happy with that. But next year we have it outside. We can have, it set up outside to serve hot chocolate and do other things and do stockings and things like that. So COVID, go away. So, but I'll make sure I'll give you guys an update as soon as I talk to Martin Law office, make sure I'll give you guys an update. The signs, I had put signs out for Martin Law office, and they blew like all over the place. Those yard sign, like with the wire sticks or whatever, those things got frozen and they were snapping. But I had them all over the place. So of course you had to be close up. Another thing too is that did you notice that the banner that we get from Savage, we got to do something about that because it's hard to see from when you're driving from the street. So I'm going to see if they can come up with some different colors, even if it's black writing, all black writing on blue or something, just so that you can see it. It's really hard to see on that. And I know Martin Law office, I sent them kind of JPEGs of the banner, and they asked if it could be bigger, but without distorting it too much. They went as big as they could, and it still wasn't like a lot. So that's why I came up with all those other signs to put all over the place. And then finally, I just went and got Martin Law's office's banner that we had from previous years, and put it out in that, if you're coming down Main Street, in that flower bed that's right in the center of the square. Just had it put in there. So some of the things that we have to kind of think about for next year, but it was our first year, and I think we did an awesome job. I think everybody did an awesome job making this event happen the way it happened. So kudos to you. Thank you. So, okay. Any other questions, thoughts around Light the Square? Okay, cool. Moving on to item 6 is spreading holiday cheer. We didn't have this on the radar to do this year because remember we were gonna team with Salvation Army and try to pull something together, and it just kind of didn't work out at the time. But Myers reached out to us because they had some community funds that they wanted to give back to the city to kind of do some things. So they contacted me, and we ended up getting, like, I think it was like 900 and roughly $1,000. I think it was $900 or so, $950. Where we did stock boxes, and I called Booth Manor up. What's her name? Major. What's her name, Lisa? Oh my gosh.
It's the major's wife, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't come up with her name either.
I
but
know.
What are you talking about?
I can't come over her name either. But anyway, I contacted someone from Booth Manor, and we ended up making, what was it, guys? Like 84, 82 bags of items. So we had some personal hygiene stuff that we put together in one bag, and then we had another bag of food items, non-perishable items. So Lisa and Cindy went shopping for, like, what was it, you guys, like rice and
Canned
beans.
vegetables and gravy, and we tried to do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So mashed potatoes, and there was a lot of
Popcorn, muffins.
corn
Yeah.
muffins. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Candy,
Yeah.
a little bit of candy.
Candy,
Yep.
right? There was a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And then me, Dan, and Wendy went to the hygiene section in Myers, and we bought, like, hand sanitizer, Kleenex, and a whole bunch of toothpaste, toothbrushes, things like that. And there were stockings, Christmas stockings in the back that were discounted big time. So we just bought a whole bunch of 82 of them, of course, and that's how we stuffed all of the hygiene stuff in there and everything. And then Myers gave us the bags, the canvas shopping bags. So the food went in those, and then we stuffed the stocking in there. So it was perfect, guys. Don't you think? It worked out really well. Really well.
Did they enjoy them? Was there feedback on that?
I have not heard from Major Ruth. That's her name. I have not. I have not heard back from her on this. I'm going to give her a call though to see. I thought I'd wait till after the first of the year. I am going to give her a call though to see if everything went okay and how they turned out. So I'll let you guys know how that went. So, but it was Myers wanted to get back to the community. I didn't want to turn down the money. I thought that spreading holiday cheer would be perfect to do the stock boxes and do something like that. So, and I picked Booth Manor because I know we've done it for them before. The seniors who live there have their own apartments, and they take care of themselves basically. So it would have been really cool. I know in the past they have asked for things that they can hang on their doors at Christmas time. So we may come up with, you guys, something where maybe we can ask like Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, or someone to maybe make some things. Maybe it could be a project. It can be a community project where they make these things and then we can hand them out and give them, put it so that they can hang it on their doors. Even if it's like a star or something, I don't know, so just thought. And we have to think about these things sooner rather than later. So, okay. Cool. Okay. So any other questions on spreading holiday cheer? All right. Thanks everyone who participated in helping get that. That was a really quick kind of rush kind of thing, but we did it. We did good. So, okay. So moving on to item number 7 is the Easter egg hunt. I put this on the agenda 1 because it's coming up. It's our next event that's coming up. I also wanted to, because we picked a day, and when we picked this day, we had in our head that we still may not be free to hold events and have big gatherings and things like that. So what I wanted to do with you guys, we'll probably follow exactly everything we did in the past, right? Because it was just easy to do. We know what to do. It's there, and it works out, right? The majority of the activities are inside, right, in the multi-purpose room. So what I was thinking, that if we can't do that, then maybe we can just do the Easter egg hunt itself. So give some thought to that. So instead of having any inside things, we just strictly have the hunt itself. We throw out the eggs and things like that. We could just fill them all with candy and just kind of let people come through and just do the hunt and then be done with it. So that way we're doing something rather than doing nothing. Okay, so any thoughts on that?
I'm going to be honest. I do not think that we are going to be in any position to bring that many people together. Just knowing the turnouts that we've had, and we're already at we're mid-January already. I'm skeptical that bringing together that amount of people is a good idea. I don't think the vaccine is going to be anywhere close to being administered to the general public by that point. Considering they're only still doing first responders and they're only starting to do nursing homes, and that's not even getting to senior citizens. I feel that this is pushing it too much, but that's just my feeling.
Yeah. What if we did like a drive-through and did, but I know I'm just going to say stockings. What if we picked up, go to Oriental Trade, get little baskets, stuff them with like 4 eggs with candy and just have a drive-through and pass out, give them a little gift.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Because that way we're far enough away, we can put it in the cars, let the people come through with their kids and just hand out a little something.
Right. The kids have to be in the car. So you give each car the number of kids that's in it. Yep. And it's first come, first serve for, and we put
100, because we could actually do what we do. Like you could give them an activity, a coloring book, and like 2 eggs full of candy or something. And then stuff it in there's gotta be little bags or something at Oriental Trading for Easter of some sort, right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, but are you guys sure? Because I mentioned bringing stockings for Christmas and do the drive-through, and there was concern about people not staying in their cars, getting out of their cars, and then coming up to us and not being able to control it. This could happen here too.
Same thing, I guess.
Yeah, but the other thing is we could also run multiple lines.
Yeah.
To to keep the crowds down. And we tell them, you have to be in a car. This is a drive-through. It's not a walk up in any way. And if we don't feel comfortable with that, then we're back to, I feel that having people scatter with their families in amongst each other for an egg hunt is pushing it.
If we-
Well, yeah, and of course, I mean, the city has to okay all that, right? Health department.
Correct.
So,
'Cause
okay.
we could almost, if we could almost do it like, I hate to say, I mean, we could have a controlled drive around, like from, let's say, behind the city hall, up and around and back off at the Drexel, like shut down the square, which I know that's not gonna happen. The police won't be happy with that, but just so it's like a one-way traffic, one side only, and, just follow it that way. So we could shut down like one side where we're standing, like if, let's say in front of the city hall. So we could be on one, let's say facing the drive going east, and they can come through going west. So that way we have not 2 lanes of cars coming through.
Yeah, we could also do it down at Lake Vista. I don't know. I think the street is clear down there, but it would be then. So we could
You
also
could drive
do it
through the
there.
parking lot. That's a good idea, because we could have them drive right through the parking lot, block it off, have them come in one way and then go back out the other.
Yeah.
There is a one-way ramp, usually to drop the library materials off. And instead of us going, like the cars going up it, they could go through the parking lot and exit through that one-way ramp down back into the street.
Where you drop the books off, you said?
Correct. Yeah, there's a mail drop / library book drop off.
Yeah. We probably would want to steer clear from that, because we want those who are truly dropping off books to be able to get there and not have, because there would be times where cars would be sitting, you know what I mean? They would be stopped and they may be sitting there. So I think that if we did do it, I think Lake Vista would probably be the best, because there's so much room there and people could just keep moving.
If we're gonna do it, it can't be near the city hall, because that's an early voting period. And people are going to be encouraged to do their early ballots and drop them off again.
Yeah.
They're gonna be, you're just waiting for somebody to complain about it and cause a fuss.
Yeah, and then there's still construction going on over there too. So if we do the drive-through, guys, I think probably like Vista. I mean, we have the pavilion there that we could always store everything and go inside and stuff too. So just a thought. If we
I
do
like the
that.
idea of the pavilion, Carolyn. If they could open the bathrooms, I'd like it even better. And
Well,
when-
if you're inside, then you definitely be going to the bathroom.
Right, but when you are handing things out to the cars in the parking lot and there's a bunch of kids, if they stick around, I mean, there's no bathroom for them to use. We've got to keep in mind.
Well,
We're gonna do an egg
They
container.
shouldn't be coming out of their cars.
yeah, we don't want them getting out of their cars, right? So
Okay.
we want to promote that they stay in their cars, and it's just to grab their bag. And so think about it. They would come in, okay, they're coming in off of, what street is that, Wendy, where you used to live? What's that main street
Fifth
there?
Avenue?
Yes. So they're coming in off Fifth Avenue, and they're heading towards the pavilion. They turn into the first parking lot turn, and then we would be there. They can pick up, and then if they just keep going straight through the parking lot, they can turn around and head out. You know what I mean? So they don't even have to go all the way through the whole park. That's up to them if they want to. I don't care. But we would just keep the line and just keep it moving. Keep it moving. So, yeah. And we could set it up so that there's two lines.
And does this need to get the blessing of the health department before it moves ahead?
That's what I was just gonna say.
No, I mean, this would be okay. I'm sure Darcy will be okay with doing this, but I would definitely talk to her about it. We would wear masks. We can always ask the people in the car to wear their masks. And then all we're doing is handing these out. We can wear gloves and things like that too. So, and if anyone who, you know, feels uncomfortable, you know, taking the items from us, then don't come, right? Don't participate. So, but then you guys have to feel comfortable too, handing this out to the cars. It's kind of like, have you been over to Chick-fil-A? It's kind of like how they're doing things with their drive-through. I think
Yeah, they
it's
put
like,
them in little boxes and then you
Is
grab
that
it
what
out
they
of
do?
the box.
and they,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it works really
Huh.
well.
yeah. So,
See how much I don't leave my house?
but I have to get the information into Leslie for the current. So if we're going to do this, then we need to make a decision ASAP that we would do the drive-through.
When do you want to take a vote on it?
Well, we can take a vote on it tonight and then just start talking about it and planning it moving forward. Because in that way I can get the information to Leslie to put in the current, so let's start promoting it. So are you guys ready to start taking a vote, or do you want to kind of get back to me and let me know? So, and that means that you guys would have to be there, right, to help with this. So, well, at least I can't do it all by myself.
I'm up for voting if anyone wants to do it today, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys, I mean, if everyone thinks this is okay, ideal, then we can kind of like definitely do a vote on it now, and then move forward, start moving forward and planning it.
Okay, so I'm okay with the drive-through and with handing out the bags. I'm not okay with the full out Easter egg hunt and I'm fine with it being at Lake Vista. I do think we could open up multiple lanes and move people through there pretty quickly.
Yeah. And there's another thing too of like, you know, how many of these do we make? I mean, we usually put out 10,000 eggs, and we limited 10 eggs to a kid. So we don't have to do that. But just keep in mind that there could be a lot of people coming through, or not. So
I'm curious if you'd need to get the police department. They're okay on traffic on Fifth.
yes, we would have to get them involved. We would have to get them involved for sure.
Does the health department sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Does the health department like worry about the counts that are in the area before they could, that we actually get something like this approved? I mean, that would be the thing that I would be worried about.
You mean our numbers, our COVID numbers?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I will say that last year, Kristen with tourism had so many events. She had so many outside gatherings that happened, and nothing was really said about it. I'm thinking that because this is a drive-through, it's going to be okay. Now, I will tell you, IKEA reached out to us to do a drive-through trick-or-treating, right? And it was okay. It was approved to do, and that was last year. So I really don't see a big problem with it, but if you guys are okay with it, what I'm going to do over the next couple of days is start getting the answers that we need, all these questions that you're asking. And if there's any pushback on anything, then I'll let you know right away. But if you guys are not willing to do it, then there's no sense of me going and talking to streets and police and everything about it. So. Okay.
I'm willing to do the drive-through. And I'll take the lead if need be.
I'm willing to participate in that too.
Okay,
I will also with Cindy.
Cindy, Courtney, Kyle.
We'll be there.
Okay. Wendy,
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm far away from my computer. Yes, I'm willing. I like the idea of Lake Vista. I'm all for
Okay.
it.
okay. Okay, so then, and I'm for it too. So what I'm going to do is start investigating and getting some answers to all your questions and things like that. And I'll definitely give you some feedback over the next week or so about that. Because then when we meet in February, we need to start planning exactly what this all looks like and things like that and start promoting it, okay? Cool. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. Moving on to item number 8. So what I wanted to do is, because now that we're in 2021, you know, we have all of our events. We have the Easter egg hunt coming up. We have summer solstice, 4th of July. So all of our events. And I know we're still not 100%, well, probably not even 50% in the clear with COVID, the pandemic and everything. But we still have to keep in mind that we could be come April, May, in a position where they're allowing us to start doing our gatherings and going back to some sort of normalcy. With that being said, so we're gonna make changes, right? We're thinking out of the box for Easter egg hunt. So we're gonna move with that event and do the drive-through. What about like summer solstice, which is our next event? And the reason I'm asking about that is because there are certain things that have to take place sooner rather than later, like bands. I thought about, if we move forward with this, just reaching out to those same bands that we were going to have last year and invite them. Okay. They said to contact them and let them know, because they would be happy to participate, you know, with everything happening. Or we kind of hold back and kind of rethink it a little bit and see if something else comes up or not, or what. So give some thought to summer solstice. We don't need to talk about and make some decisions today, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that we will be talking about this moving forward. So next month, summer solstice will be on the agenda to start talking about it and planning it. Okay. Same thing with 4th of July. I usually at this point, I'm getting the fireworks set up, and also the ice cream needs to be put on order. A bid needs to go out on that. And that happens in January. So I am going to move forward and do those items. We can always cancel if anything, you know, comes up where we can't move forward. Okay, so just want to let you guys know, because I don't want to miss it. If I don't, like, oh, take a guess, it's not my decision, it's not our decision. I don't want to take a guess and say, oh, we're not going to do anything, we're going to wait, and then all of a sudden we're not a part of the mix and we miss out on things. So I don't want to do that. So
I think that's a good plan.
yeah.
I do. I'm hoping things will be opened up by June.
Yeah. Another thing too is that I'm hoping that you guys want to step up and take the lead on more of these events. So Kyle, I kind of have you flagged for Light the Square. But what I also want you to do with that is possibly, look at sponsors and things like that. So like I went to Martin Law office, then maybe that's something that you can kind of take on with your
Yeah.
event. So give some thought to that kind of stuff. So I'm expecting you to take the lead on that event. Okay. Lisa, you said you would take the lead on Easter.
I will absolutely take the lead on the Easter drive-through.
No, wait. Lisa, maybe you can take the lead on Easter altogether. So even in 2022, we're back to a norm.
Yeah,
then
no, that's not a problem. That's not a
Okay.
problem at all.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So 4th of July is just too big just to have one person. We have James helping with that, and James knows it really good because he's been doing it a lot. Last year was my first year kind of getting involved the way I did, so I know a lot there. I would like for someone else to kind of step up with me to kind of help manage the 4th of July. So think about that, okay? And then of course, summer solstice. Now, what I want to do with summer solstice, are you guys like, do you guys think that we should continue managing or hosting summer solstice, or you think we should turn that over to tourism, or maybe partner with tourism?
I think
And
it
maybe
depends on what they decide to do as far as the beer gardens go. If they're going to do over summer solstice, if there is going to be a beer garden, then it should probably be paired with that because it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know
But
what
I'm thinking
either.
Okay, I was thinking more like instead of a one-day event, it's a full weekend event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, and the thing is that I know you guys have other stuff going on. I respect that. You're volunteers. You're not getting paid for any of this. So maybe one of the things that we do is we work harder at getting volunteers to help us over that weekend so that we're not all there, So like I would be there all 3 days, okay? So like maybe Wendy's there on Friday, kind of helping manage and oversee things. And then Lisa, you're there Saturday, kind of helping. And then Kyle and Courtney, you're there on Sunday, kind of helping. That kind of thing. So when I'm talking about doing these events and doing them extended amount of time, just keep that in mind that I'm not asking you to be there for the full weekend. I would love for you to be there for the full weekend, but you don't have to, because I don't want you guys to say, well, I can't be there, so I'm going to vote against it. I don't want it to happen. Let's just think out of the box and think about how we can improve on some of these events that we're doing. So, okay. So give some thought to that. So, okay. And then Halloween, of course, Halloween is Halloween. We'll probably go back to Sundays again, right? Just because it fell on Saturdays. I think it's actually on a Sunday this year. So then we'll go back to Sunday and at our normal time. So, okay. Any questions about any of our events? Okay, cool. So Lisa, I will definitely be contacting you probably first because you're taking the lead with everything and pulling you in on some emails and things like that. so that we know exactly what we need and you can start planning accordingly. Okay.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Any questions about any of our other events? Are there any new events that you guys want to add? Okay, cool. Okay, so moving on to item number 9. So they hired a new tourism person. I forget. Well, her name is Laura Nelson, but I forget her title. I always want to say director, and I think it's manager. But anyway, her name is Laura Nelson. She comes with lots and lots of experience. Yeah, she's been doing this tourism things for a while now, so she has a lot of experience around this area. So I'm going to be meeting with her next week just to kind of go over a little bit more detail about what Celebrations does and who we are and everything. And of course, you know, there were some things that we did with Kristen was like that calendar, that magnet of all of our events, and then the sponsorship packet. So we're kind of behind on those two items. So I want to meet with her and talk to her about those things for sure, and to look and see how we can kind of come together as a city and kind of brainstorm and pull maybe kind of, you know, partner, be more better partners on some of these events that are happening. Because she doesn't have anyone at all, you guys, to help her with the events that she's going to be putting on at this time. But we have the most people. And I know we're all volunteers and we have things to do. But there may be some other events that she's going to come up with that you guys may be interested in helping out with. Okay. So, but we'll talk about that as we move forward. She just started, I think today is her like fourth day. So.
How about burn the mask day?
I like that. I like it.
We could do that a 1-year celebration to 21.
We can yeah, we can have a big bonfire. We can have some 2020 posters or something that we can burn. Get rid of it. Get rid of it all. So okay. Any questions about any of the items that were on the agenda today? Okay, so if you guys do, you know how to reach me. This is good. Next month's meeting won't be as big, right? So, so we should be in a good place then. Okay. Cool. All right. I need a motion to adjourn.
I will move to adjourn this meeting. This is Lisa.
Need a second?
I will second, Cindy.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody. Have a good month.
Yep, you